You might have seen this board in the background of some of my videos. It was a failed attempt at making a table that I've carried around since my last house, and today I'm doing something about it. To make this flat, in the home shop that I have no choice but to cut it into parts that fit into my tools. I'm separating this table at glue joints in 3 parts. On the table saw, I rip the table at those specific points. It doesn't matter that all 3 are different widths. They'll all be joined into a seamless table, but flat. The next part I'm doing on the joiner. I realize that's a tool that a lot of home shops don't have, so fortunately there's alternative ways to do this step. On the table saw, using a level and some double-sided tape, I've jointed boards in the past almost to perfection. The goal on this step is to have 2 flat surfaces 90 degrees to each other. Both techniques will do that. As you can see, the boards are a perfect match, but there's still 2 faces that aren't joined. On the table saw, putting the 2 jointed face against both the fence and the table saw surface, I cut about 1/8 of an inch on the other side. The planer is where those 3 parts will become square on 4 sides, also referred to as 4S lumber, which is lumber that has been worked like this before being sold, for a huge premium. I prefer working with rough and doing it myself, where I can find deals or even free wood. Now that all 4 sides are square, I can cut my boards to length and get a perfectly matching end grain on all 3 boards. First, I trim off one end. I measure how much I want to remove from the other side, then set my stop block to that length, for a perfect flush fit on all 3 boards when I glue them back up. Time to get this back into one board. This step is not 100% necessary, but sure makes aligning easier. I'm using a biscuit joiner, adding 3 biscuits per joint. The biscuit joiner is the Domino's poor brother, and I love using it. It gives you some play horizontally to align your stuff, but you're super tight vertically, and it's easy to set with the side screws. Other alternatives would be dowels or even just glue. Making sure to keep everything flat and well clamped can be plenty for a table like this. All done. Time to finally do the actual glue up and get this table to where I thought it would be when I first made it. Put plenty of glue for a glue up like this. Just make sure you scrape off whatever squeezes out before it fully cures. I like adding glue inside the holes before dropping in the biscuits, then adding some more on top. They're not going anywhere. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Thanks to all subscribers. I start by using the clamps horizontally, but to make sure it doesn't bow or create the same kind of problems as last time, I also clamp it down onto the table vertically. A few hours later, before the glue finally cures, I unclamp it and flip the tabletop over, so I can scrape some of the glue from under also. At this point, the glue is holding up the glue up. I wouldn't send it through a planer just yet, but it's fine for what I'm about to do to it. Time for the big reveal. Perfectly flat, and now usable tabletop. One of the reasons I use melamine for my glue ups is how easily I can just tap stuff off of it, without damaging the table or the glue up. As expected, a lot of glue under the table, which is easy to scrape off now with a chisel. With the helical blades on my planer, this is already pretty smooth, but I'm giving everything a good 120 grit sanding, top, sides, and end grain. Now for what I want to do with this tabletop, I think I'll use this hardwood 3x3, which I found for free months ago, and make a nice farmhouse style base for it. I'll do it soon and make a video about it. Subscribe not to miss it. I've been making tables from pallet wood like this since before I started my YouTube. Here's a few of my favorite builds, or batches of builds, that I did back then at my previous house and garage shop. Those photos make me glad to have this collection and a shop that evolved a lot in the past year. Thanks for watching and making it possible. See you next time.